to Egypt.
What do we do?
Walk to go down into Egypt.
Play that video right quick. Let's see our brothers and sisters walking to go down into Egypt.
Damn.
This is the fulfilling of the Bible. Right here. In real time. Our people are not going to the Lord. They're not repenting as Israelites. They're seeking asylum from another nation that hates them.
Yep.
We walking to go down into Egypt. Look at this. Hey, can we read verse 3, Cap? Go ahead. Read verse 3.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
So now, like you said, they walk in to go down into the same people who's doing these things to them. And when we get here, you wonder why your kids is getting stripped from you. You wonder why you're not getting that shelter that you thought you was going to get because you're trusting in your oppressor. Right? This is, like you said, the scriptures can't be broken because the same thing. You wonder what it looked like when we was leaving out of Egypt and people wanted to come back. You just got a glimpse of it.
Right. To this day.
Exact
it just
same
shows.
thing.
You got something?
Now I was gonna say that just like you say, Cap, like they're not going to the Lord to get the asylum. They going to another nation. Isaiah 54 verse 14. Because you leave oppression, and all you got to do if you want to leave oppression, all you got to do, like you say, Cap, is seek the Lord. And Isaiah, he's about to say the same thing. Isaiah 54 and verse 14.
Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 14. In righteousness shalt thou be established.
So it's telling you in righteousness, guess what? As a nation, we're going to be established if we're in righteousness. Righteousness is keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Read.
Thou shalt be far from oppression.
Thou shalt be what?
Far from oppression.
So instead of you leaving your own land, if you went to the Lord, the Bible says, guess what? You will be far from oppression if you seek the Lord. If you repent as an Israelite. Read.
For thou shalt not fear.
Read.
And from terror. For it shall not come near thee.
It said if you in righteousness, terror is not going to come near you. And he's going to take oppression from you. But like you said, Cal, we got to seek the Lord.
And it just shows we roll in the same spirit of old. What is America's nickname? What is one of America's many nicknames? Egypt. Egypt. Give me that. Let me get that in Revelation 11.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 8.
Yep.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom.
It's called Sodom.
And
all the fornication going on. And what?
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
And Egypt. Because we was in captivity here as well. So it's the same spirit that we always been rolling in. We always went down to Egypt and not to the Lord. All right? We got to come up out of that. Got to come up out of that thing.
Yes, and the brother asked a question. Was that our people? Yes. Get that in Genesis. Get that in Genesis 49, 13. Hey, do you got the 12 tribes chart? Y'all got that? Can y'all find it? You should just be able to make sure you get the right one. Just type it in, it should pull up. Watch this, read that.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 13.
Start at verse 1.
Verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which befall you in the last days.
So this is our forefather Jacob telling us, hey, this is what's going to befall you 12 tribes. This is what's going to happen to you in the latter days. What we living in right now is the last days. Go ahead. Jump to verse 4. Yeah, 13.
Verse 13.
Talking about Zebulun. Go ahead.
Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea.
Talking about the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal. He said, you're going to dwell at the haven of the sea. This is our brothers and sisters. Yeah, put that on the screen for me. Put that on the screen for me. This is our brothers and sisters of Zebulun, that's dwelling in the haven of the sea. Go ahead, read.
And he shall be for an haven of ships.
He said, you're going to be for a haven of ships. This is why Esau went and conquered that area. Because they allowed it. They didn't want to go all the way around. It allowed a direct contact or a direct route for the merchants for them to continue on in their wealth. This is why I'm telling you, they stripping them of their resources. Read it again.
Zebulun shall dwell at the haven
And
of the
we
sea.
we got the 12 tribes breakdown to go into it more in depth. Bishop has went into it more in depth. Go to IUIC TV. You can look at it more in depth. But go ahead. Come on.
Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea.
Go ahead.
And he shall be for an haven of
He
ships.
shall be for a haven of ships. But watch this.
And his border shall be unto Zidon.
And his border shall be unto Zidon. So we talking about who is this? This is going into the Mayans. The Mayans. This is what they call themselves. So when you go back to that video and show them walking down into Egypt. This is our people trying to escape poverty. Because this is what the Lord said. This is what our forefather Jacob said, the Lord through Jacob, that was going to befall them in the last days.
Yep.
Go ahead, play it again. You know? And this is sad situation, man. And you gotta think like the article. Take the audio out for me. You gotta think, like the article said, a lot of our people, they sending their kids alone, unoccupied.
Yep.
And we gonna see what's befalling them kids because Esau don't give a damn.
Right.
They don't give a damn. All this is political to them.
Yep.
You understand? All this is political. And we wonder why this place has to be destroyed.
And you got to realize how low we have fallen to trust in the people that put us in that position in the first
Put
place.
us in captivity.
We the reason why you doing that.
Yes.
You're better off where you at. I'm telling you, don't come up over here.
You leaving corrupted to get more corrupted.
Exactly. Come on.
Give me the next one. Give me the next one. Let me see. Should be New York City. Yep. Let's read that right quick. To the top. Go to the top. Just read
Vox.
Yep. Let's go down and read the title.
New York City's not so sudden migrant surge explained.
All right, so we about to go into, as our people are coming across the border. You got governors, you got politicians that's putting our people, our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters, on buses and shipping them all over America. Watch this. Let's go.
Why New York City is struggling to house thousands of arriving migrants.
Go down.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams recently warned that the city could be destroyed if it doesn't get more help to support an influx of migrants, and is now starting to turn some asylum seekers out of shelter.
Go down. Let's see. Let me just scroll down. Let me see. Go down. Hold on. Let me see. He explains it. Go down. Right here. Why are migrants traveling to New York City?
Why are
Watch
migrants?
this. Remember, they said they turning back. You coming looking for asylum. You coming looking for protection from Egypt. Ain't no damn protection.
Nope.
Ain't no protection. Watch this. Read that.
Why are migrants traveling to New York City? Part of the influx of migrants is by design.
Read that one more time.
Part of the influx of migrants is by design.
It's by design. Go ahead.
Since last year, Republican governors in Florida and Texas have sent new arrivals northward by bus or plane.
Bus or plane. Go ahead.
Including to New York City, as a part of an effort to provoke a reaction out of the federal government and Democratic-led cities.
You see this thing? You don't want to help build this wall? You don't want to help fund this wall to protect our borders? I know what we're going to do. We're going to open them up. Yep. We're going to put them on buses. We're going to put them on planes. And we're going to send them to your state. This is political. This is a game to them.
Yes,
Right.
That's a game.
And you're talking about people's lives.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's crazy.
Yeah, go ahead.
The greatest number has come from Texas, where Governor Greg Abbott has sent more than 13,300 migrants to New York City since the spring of 2022. But many more migrants have arrived on their own.
Go ahead.
Some experts believe migrants are choosing New York City after learning about the city's right to shelter mandate. New York City has a unique legal obligation to find placement for asylum seekers under a consent decree, which took effect in the 1980s after a court ordered the city to provide temporary housing to any man who asked for it.
So you got to think about it. They put a decree in place, right? They put a decree in place. If anybody's coming over here seeking asylum, you understand, we're going to give you shelter. But this ain't talking about the Israelite.
Right.
Nope.
This ain't talking about the Negro.
Right.
This ain't talking about you darkies.
Yep.
We talking about our Jewish brothers and sisters.
Yes.
We talking about the good white folks.
Yes.
Dang, so you basically said like how they be passing laws. They claim it's gonna benefit the black and Hispanic community,
Yeah,
but
right.
really it's to benefit themselves.
It's to benefit themselves.
That's
Remember a couple months ago when I believe the Haitians were trying to come over here through Mexico.
Yeah, they still are.
They was stopping them. They wasn't stopping them.
Yep.
I mean, they was stopping. Yeah. So it ain't got nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with us.
Just like them civil rights laws, like during the civil rights time, when they passed those laws, they thought it was to benefit the black community, but really it was to benefit all nations. All nations benefited except for black people.
Except for black people.
Yep.
Yep.
Saying you realize all this stuff always ends up to fall back on Esau's head, right? Because who else do you think is coming along with those migrants into America?
Yeah. Bring it
The
out.
same people. Remember, Bishop just showed
Caterpillars.
Yes.
Yes.
Bishop just showed that
Yes.
video in class like 2 weeks ago. You got the Hamas members sneaking in amongst the borders, going to New York,
Yes.
going to Texas,
Yes.
going to Chicago.
On a free trip.
Yes.
Look, that
On a first class trip to their
Yes.
destination.
Yes.
Yep. Go ahead.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.